around a little bit. Yay. All right. Hi there. This is Ona Indigo coming to you live from Oakland, California. And I'm here representing the project called No Accordion. We're a micro boutique record label, and we're celebrating diversity by amplifying extraordinary voices to form a deeper understanding and connection that promotes equal opportunity for all, transforming fear, anxiety, anger, and hatred into love, compassion, creativity, and sensitivity. And we want to spark inquiry and raise awareness and encourage mindfulness. So that's the mission. And I also want to welcome you all here. And I'd like to encourage you all to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to put it in the chat right now. And please subscribe to this channel, because that's the best way that you'll be able to get in contact with what goes on in this project. And if you have subscribed already, could you share that link? Maybe some of your friends might be interested in checking out what I do as well. So today we are still in the month of July, and I call this, although we're supposed to be celebrating independence here and it's such a nationalistic, patriotic thing, I think of it more as interdependence. So this whole month of July, we've been looking at songs that deal with interdependence. This final song, it's the last day of July, it's called Another Way. And the concept is about positive change. Now, there's just so many ways to do the same thing. Like, there is one problem, well, you can see, with many solutions. Some examples I see are, for example, relationships. I'm really trying in my current relationship to change the patterns of things that I've done, changed old patterns that don't serve me anymore. So I'm looking for another way to relate. I'm open to shifting and changing and finding better ways to do things. And then there's the logical side of another way. I mean, on a very practical side, I work in a graphic program called Photoshop. And in Photoshop, there's quite a learning curve, but there's many ways to do the same thing. And the better you get to know it, the more knowledge you gain and better choices you make as to which way to go about it. Now, I grew up in Western society. I grew up mainly in California, and it's never really felt like a good fit. It feels like the core values are out of balance here with my core values. There seems to be an obsession with competition and a focus on material goods and material gain. And this way of being is not sustainable. We have to try other ways of doing things. Another way has to be done. We've been going down this path of self-destruction for quite a time now. From my study, indigenous people had a healthier relationship to the planet and its inhabitants. They respected the land and its creatures. They embraced queer, two-spirited people. Now, colonization just wreaked havoc on these cultures. And it went, about it in many different ways, but one of the insidious ways is it went about it through a religious lens. And at the time, and still, the Catholic religions were completely homophobic and didn't even see people who were homosexuals as to be a true human. So they also used that against the indigenous people, because the indigenous people were very open and free when it came to sexuality, and they had other genders besides the binary. And this was an excuse that the colonizers could use to say these people are inhuman back into their, the religious people back in Europe, and say, well, we can just slaughter them because they're not real. They're animals by what our religion tells us. So there's a lot of wisdom that was in these indigenous cultures, and these cultures were sustainable for thousands of years. And it's what colonization is really what upset this beautiful balance. And there was another way to do things, and these people had been doing things for a long time, and they were able to coexist on this planet. I mean, we have to find other ways that respect and honor the earth and its creatures. We need to learn from our mistakes and change our ways. So we're going to go into the track now, which is called, just a sec, I got to do something here. I'm going to take the link to the YouTube off. So I'm going to go into my DAW on Ableton. There you go. And Instagram, I got to turn you around a little bit. You'll see kind of an odd... It's always hard for me to work on the computer and show Instagram this. So I'm going to go through the song a bit and what I did, some of the editing parts. So I'm opened up in Ableton, and right now we are looking at a plugin called Stutter Edit. And this is something that, this was my last album, Surrender. This song was on Surrender. And I really like the glitch effects that I've heard over the years in electronica. And I had a musical friend who said, why don't you try this plugin? It's a pretty complicated plugin. I didn't go and change much in here. I just chose presets. Like this one says bounce with me. But there's a lot of things you can work with here. There's a gate, there's a stereo delay, there's a delay bandpass filter, there's a high pass filter, and you can even play with the gain. So there's lots of ability to manipulate the sound here. And it's been a while since I worked with this, but it looks like I ran through the MIDI. I ran it through a MIDI channel too in order to get it to function. So what I'm going to do is first play the vocal. I've picked like a little part of the song that has a vocal part, and I'll play it without the stutter edit. Let's see. Going down the road, there's gonna be another way, another way, another way, another way. And that has quite a lot of reverb, but no stutter edit. Now here's with the stutter edit. Actually, I think I hadn't had the MIDI on. Let's try it again. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Going down the road, there's gonna be another way, another way, another way, another way. So you can hear those cool effects. That's what the stutter edit is doing. It's kind of adding all those trails. And then we'll kind of, while we're going through these vocals, you'll also see down on the bottom some of the different units I'm using. So I'm using an EQ. I got the Teltrox LA2A Legacy, which is a compressor. I got a really crude tuner on my voice, which now I use Melodyne. I recommend Melodyne. Then there's the Isotope Stutter Edit, and that looks like a phaser as well. So what I'm going to do now is that same part, I'm going to take the vocals out and I'm going to slowly just build it up. So I'm going to start with the kick. Let's get it going here. Okay, so let's start right here. Let's get the kick going. And let's see, let's put in the high end drum. There we go. There's the high-end drum. Let's put in percussion. Okay, let's get the bass in there. Sounds kind of like guitar. Oh, I forgot I did that. I like it. Yeah, it's been a while since I've worked on these tracks. I haven't really gone back to them. Okay, let's see. Let's put the keys in now. Metal, the key. I just wanted to hear the key. Yeah, so it's just kind of like a background key going in there. Okay, and then so there you go. That's it. That's how I built up that song. A little look into that. We're going to come back to me now. Yay. Okay. Bring the mic back here. Hey there. There was a little look into my creative process. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to bounce on the ball if you have a ball. If you don't have a ball, bounce wherever you are or move your body if you can. Be nice. And we're going to listen to the track. Here we go. It's pretty cinematic, so I don't know how bouncing, but I'll probably like just move around. Maybe I'll do a ball kiss. That's right. Another way, in so many different ways. Also, another way being that, oh wait, maybe I should go back to the other screen because it shows this, the ball. Yeah, this is another way. Talk about another way. Like I used to sit on chairs up until not that long ago. Well, some years back, and I had a serious accident. Really screwed up my back, my neck, my arms. A lot of pain. Couldn't really sit still anymore. And discovered the ball. And it's just, I can spend hours, even if you just sit still, you're moving, you're strengthening your core. It's little micro movements. It's so much healthier. We're not supposed to sit in chairs for all these hours with stiff backs. So yeah, I found another way. Found another way to sit down for hours and take care of my body. So I want to thank you again for joining me. I'm here every Friday night, 6 o'clock, to talk about a track or talk about a collaborator, talk with a collaborator. Now that, well, we'll see, depending on COVID, I might have an in-studio guest soon. Please, once again, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to put it in the chat right now. And if you've already subscribed, please tell your friends. Maybe they'll want to check out what's going on. Next week we're transitioning into August. And the theme of that is summer, fun, playfulness. And we're going to look at a song called Trouble next week. That's that kind of playful rebel in all of us. So I want to say goodbye for now. And see you next week. Or hit me up on socials if you want to chat before then. Bye.